going on, y'all? We back with some more songwriters. I got a funny ass story time to tell y'all because you don't have to hear about it in a second. Alright, so here's what I want to talk to y'all today about, right? Definitely we are on the Babylon World Cup stage, as you can tell. These kids I work for, they're out of pocket. So for my job, pretty much just to sum it up, because as you can see in the title, we're like, oh, why are kids insane at work? I don't actually have kids. I have kids at a school I work at. I work for an elementary school. Now, with the elementary school in hand, I'm not gonna say what's the name of the elementary school, but if you know type shit. Now, the school it has its major ups and downs, like any other school that's in America. With that also being said, let me get this out the way first. It's getting towards the end of the year. Kids are going to start doing more fights, and you know, they just doing stuff that I guess makes them all riled up towards the end of the year. I don't know why they do this. I was never that type of kid to really just get into fights like that. If I ever were to get in a fight, it would be outside school, because that's how it was back in the day. Why is I attacking me? I'm trying to tell a story time and I attacking where. Come back here, you little monkey bitch. Now, with that being said, kids, it's towards the end of the year. Kids want to start fighting. They want to act wild. They want to do their own little thing. Now, with me, on the other hand, I'm cool on it, because if I'm like, yo, if y'all trying to fight, take that off the block. I stand at the corner at dismissal for certain reasons regarding motherfuckers trying not to fight. Is it dark in here? I might turn on something. No, we're good. We're good. There's a light on the screen. Now, with that also being said, I'm not technically worried about kids fighting, right? It's just how the way they're doing these fights are just weird as fuck in my opinion. Because, you know, I'm 25, right? Back in the day, we used to make sure that if it was beef on site. There was no such thing as calling somebody or texting somebody off Instagram to be like, yo, is you trying to fight? The only reason why I bring this up is because for some reason these kids are doing exactly that. Now, I just missed that whole jump. Now, I don't know why these kids are calling each other to fight, but it is the most insane shit in my opinion on planet Earth. Because to be fair, like, again, back in the day, if you had a problem with somebody, the situation was, okay, if you got a problem and I got a problem, cool, we'll see each other outside of school and then we'll start fighting, because all beef took place outside of school. I was that person where I was like, okay, if we ever got into a problem, all beef was taking place outside school. I remember this like it was yesterday. Prime example. There was somebody on our block, on my block name. Let's call him Mook Duke. That's his name for sure. That's his nickname out in the street world, as you can say. Mook Duke was somebody that we always cool with around the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? He was cool with the whoop. Now, due to the simple fact that, of course, growing up, I didn't have, the right, things in life. I didn't have, like, an active mom that was inside the house. It was mainly me just watching over my sisters, making sure nothing happened to them. I kind of felt that doing that, but that's a whole different story for another time. And then just trying to make sure, everybody's good. I had to say, big brother shit, had to put food in the house, make sure the water is all right and all that. Just a lot of unsupervision and trying to make sure that the family is safe, right? Going back to Mook Dude. Now, Mook Dude one day to go in my book bag and try to take the food that I took out from a certain store. We had always go to this Walgreens that was like a couple blocks down from the school we always used to go to. Again, elementary school. Now, we were told that the metal detectors in the school don't work. This, in my head, said, okay, I have an opportunity to get food for the crib. With that and being said, now we've done this for about a couple weeks, maybe to a good couple months on hand. This also led to a problem at the hand, because while we were sitting here trying to tell people how to do it and not get themselves caught, for some reason, I guess people just don't listen and decide they want to do their own little thing. Wrapping this whole story up so that we can get to the point about my kids for the school I work at. Long story short, my book bag was full of like food. It was full of food, it was full of clothes. I was trying to do something for Christmas that led to, just trying to be the big brother and save, I guess, the family type situation. Now, long story short, we ended up fighting because he tried to go in my bag and take the food and toys I had for my brothers and sisters. That next day at school, right? We didn't fight each other in no classroom. We didn't fight each other in no hallway. All what it was is we saw each other in the classroom like this, and afterwards, that was it, because we fought already. The beef took place outside school. There wasn't an in-school problem, and it wasn't nowhere to where like nobody could stop us from fighting and nothing like that in between. Now, with that being said, for some reason for the school I work at, and I guess it's just a different time growing up and everything, these kids are calling people to fight them. I don't know why we're calling people to fight us nowadays. That's not how it was growing up. How it was is if you saw somebody, it was on site. Regardless, there was no, oh, I'm gonna call XYZ person to see if we're gonna fight. Oh, they're not fighting, I'm gonna sit here and cry about it. It was about one kid that cried because somebody that they were trying to call didn't come up to fight them, and they were crying because they didn't answer the phone to come fight them. Now, I don't know why this was a thing that they decided. Like, you kind of hear how crazy that shit sounds? You're crying. One of my kids are crying because the op they calling is not trying to fight them. And why? My thing is, why are we calling our ops? There was never a call ops type situation. Why are we calling ops? This is the most insane show on planet Earth, in my opinion. I was never a type of person growing up to where it's like, oh, we calling ops to see if we still gonna fight or not. Like, this is like a fight checklist or some shit that we got. Oh, like, hey, like, we're still fighting. Like, I'm not gonna be one of them people that will sit here and call up to be like, yo, we still fighting. Like, what you got, like a fight date or something? I'm losing air, but it's cool. I'm already about to win. The way they making it set up is like, oh, they got like a fight date or something. Like, hey, like, we're still fighting. Hello, we're still fighting. No, we're not fighting. Like, it's so weird in my opinion. I don't know why the kids are calling their ops on the phone. They have their numbers, not even Instagram, not even on no Snapchat. They have actual phone numbers. They're FaceTiming and calling their ops. This is the most weirdest shit on planet Earth. I honestly don't know why. Because what the fuck is, I'ma call my op, see if we're fighting, and then we're still gotta see if we are going to fight or not. I feel like that shit is weird. I don't like that. Why are we calling ops to see if we can fight? It was never like that back in the day, and I laughed because it wasn't just me on the corner at that point. It was me and a couple other staff members. For shout out my staff member, Ms. Laws. I know she had a really tough day that day, and I got definitely something for her tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie to you. Calling the ops is so wild. Why are we calling ops? This is weird. Like, why are we doing that? Again, if it was back in the day, if it was on site, if we saw you and we had a problem, it was on site. There's no calling each other. There's no, hey, we have our fight day still scheduled. No, that's weird, bro. We're not doing that. After we got all the other kids off the corner, it was just it for the rest of the day. And afterwards, I was just laughing because these kids really sat here and really were upset because their ops never slid to the block to fight them. What kind of weird shit is that? I don't know. All I know is these kids are out of pocket. They're scary as hell, and they're crying because their ops are not pulling up to prove something. What a weird time we live in, bro.
Still looking for